こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。今回の教材は、リバプールの遠藤航に関する動画です。リバプールは、チャンピオンズリーグのグループステージの最終節となる第8節で、アゼルバイジャンのカラバフFKと対戦します。リバプールは前の試合であるボーンマス戦で、ゴメスが負傷交代し、遠藤航がセンターバックで途中出場していましたが、このチャンピオンズリーグの試合でも、ゴメスが間に合わないことは既にスロットが明言していました。さらに中盤の選手をセンターバックで使うというスロットの言い方だと、グラベンバークか遠藤航のどちらかになる可能性が高そうです。スロットの記者会見前のタイミングで収録されているリバプールファンのプレビュー動画では、怪我人の状況から、遠藤航がセンターバックで先発すると予想しています。おなじみのAnfield Agendaと、Kop TV から切り取っていますが、実際にどのように話しているのかチェックしてみましょう。
What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our Champions League preview here on Anfield Agenda. The Reds take on Qarabag of Azerbaijan in the last league phase game of this season's Champions League. A result, a win or a draw should see us safely into the top 8. A win would definitely see us in the top 4, which means the Reds would of course avoid the playoff round, which would see us safely through to the round of 16. I'm going to go through, as always, give you a bit of an injury update, my predicted 11 and a score prediction, as well as giving you a bit of a background on our opponents and their form coming into the game. All that we want you guys to do is let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoy the video, and a reminder, we will be live on Wednesday from 6:45 PM to take you through the game with our watch along, match reaction and player ratings video as always. Remember, if you want to take part in the player ratings, you need to be signed up to the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. You can do so with the QR code in the bottom corner of the screen or the link in the description of this video. Right, lots to get through. So let's start off with a bit of an injury update. We don't really know as of the time of recording how bad Joe Gomez' situation is. We know that he had swelling on his knee from a knock, so I've got erred on the side of caution and left himself and Canade out of the starting 11 for this one. Still don't know definitively what's going on with either gent, but we thought we'd err on the side of caution with our team selection. Apart from that, it is Alexander Isak, of course, Connor Bradley, the long-term absentees, Giovanni Leone is another one. So apart from that, I think we should be getting back to some level of respectability with regards to who's on the bench for the game. But let's have a look firstly at our opponents, a little fact file on them, as well as their recent form. Qarabag are the most decorated club in Azerbaijan, having won the Azerbaijan Premier League 12 times and the Azerbaijan Cup several times too, making the country's most successful team in domestic football. Qarabag became the first Azerbaijani club to reach the UEFA Champions League group stage back in the 2017-2018 season. In the 25-26 Champions League, they made the headlines again by winning consecutive group stage matches, including a famous victory over Benfica and a win against FC Copenhagen. A head-to-head, well, Liverpool and Qarabag have not previously met in a competitive match. This game will be the first time the two clubs have played against each other in European competition. Their recent form, however, looks like this. In the Champions League, it was Qarabag 3, Eintracht Frankfurt 2. In the Champions League again, it was Qarabag 2, Ajax 4, Napoli 2, Qarabag 0, Qarabag 2, Chelsea 2, and also Athletic Club Bilbao 3, Qarabag 1. So that is their form, and as you can see, it is all Champions League fixtures because it's outside their domestic campaign, which shows that they should be one thing: fresh, fit and available for this game. We, of course, need to make sure that we get something from it. A win keeps us in the top 4. A draw will most likely keep us in the top 8, but we want to make sure we get those 3 points to guarantee and avoiding a playoff round, which would be a headache for the gaffer, as it would be 2 more games. Well, will he be to the gaffer on Wednesday? We'll talk about that another time. But for now, let's get stuck into my predicted 11 for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try and talk you through exactly why I've made the decisions that I have. We will start off, as we always do, with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. So, it is Alisson Becker, Wataru Endo and Virgil van Dijk for me. I've got to be honest, usually this is the part where I say Alisson Becker and then, go on with a load of praise. Recently, he has looked a little bit more shaky than normal. I've got to be honest, there's been times where I think he could have done better in recent weeks. It just feels as if there's something in this whole squad that's just lacking belief. We spoke about the fact that Alisson didn't put the ball out of play when Arna asked him to in the game against Bournemouth, and, we've seen how that worked out. So for now, let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen, at his partner, Virgil van Dijk, and Wataru Endo at the centre of defence. Well, Endo, look, it seems the common sense thing if we don't know what's going on with Virgil van Dijk, with Wataru Endo's teammates in Ibrahima Konate and Joe Gomez. So we imagine that it's going to be Endo coming in here alongside our captain, Virgil van Dijk. In the fullback positions, well, let's go with this. We've gone for Andy Robertson and on the other side, Jeremy Frimpong. The reason that I've gone for Andy Robertson is freshness and fitness. Because to me, the game coming up on Saturday against Newcastle is an absolutely massive must-win game. And I would like to have Kirkes fully fit for that one. This is Qarabag with due respect at home in the Champions League. Andy Robertson's experience should be more than enough there. And I want to make sure that we keep Kirkes fresh legs for a far higher intensity game that's going to be coming up at the weekend. So that is my back five. Alisson Becker in goal. Fullbacks, Andy Robertson and Jeremy Frimpong. And your centre-back pairing for this one, Endo and Van Dijk. I am aware, by the way, that Frimpong won't be able to have that rest and recuperation that we would be able to give to Milos Kerkez, but that is how short on defenders we are at the minute.
So let's talk about Liverpool's starting lineup. We all know we're riddled with injuries, so it's going to be a difficult one going into this one, especially with our back line. Gomez just went off against Bournemouth. Poor lad. Cannot play more than 2 football matches without getting injured. It's so heavy on him because he's a good player, to be quite honest with you. And just when you think Virgil and him starting to build this nice little partnership, and you know, Marseille looked so good, we lost against Bournemouth. He goes off injured. He's off the pitch for 10 minutes. We can see goals. It was just an absolute disaster. So he's not going to be starting. So I'll start with the goalkeeper position, and it is obviously going to be Alisson in goal, because who else would he have? He is Mr. Fantastic. Left back. It's a difficult one, this, right? Because is he going to go for Kerkez or is he going to go for Robbo? Do we need more defensive stability? Is he going to try and get high up on the pitch? I'm not quite sure how he's going to approach this game, to be quite honest with you. My thoughts are, I want to go for it. We absolutely need to win. So in that regard, put Kerkez on, because he's the one that's going to run up and down the pitch and he'll link up well with Wirtz. Centre-back wise, he's either going to play He's either going to play Endo or Robbo in the centre-back position. I don't particularly like Robbo in the centre-back position. I think he can positionally be caught out sometimes just because it's not his trade. That's not what he does. Endo, similar, but he is more of a central player than Robbo. So I'll say Endo. Then it'll be Virgil, of course, because we've got no centre-back. He's got bloody nobody. Right back, Frimpong, maybe he can do a job up and down the wing for us. He's been excellent. He is an old school right back that we absolutely need with bags of pace to the byline. Midfield.
次は解説です。今回は珍しい表現もいくつかあると思いますので、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょ
う。The Reds take on Qarabag of Azerbaijan.
Take on は意味が多い駆動詞で、サッカーでは特に2つを覚えると便利です。1つ目は対戦するで、Take on プラス相手で、誰かと試合をするという意味になります。2つ目は仕掛けるで、Take on デフェンダルは、DF に1対1で挑むです。同じ Take on でも、文脈が試合全体かプレーの場面かで意味が変わります。日常英語では、仕事を引き受ける、責任を負うでもよく使われます。トイックでも品質なので、訳を一つに固定しないのがコツです。相手に向かっていく、何かを背負うというイメージで覚えると整理できます。
The Reds take on Qarabag of Azerbaijan. The Reds take on Qarabag of Azerbaijan. So I've got erred on the side of caution and left himself and Konate.
Err on the side of caution は判断に迷った時によく使われる英語表現です。直訳すると慎重さの側に間違うですが、実際の意味は念のため慎重にするです。特に怪我や健康、安全に関する話題で頻繁に使われます。サッカーでは選手の状態がはっきりしないときに無理をさせない判断を指します。失敗しないために安全な選択をするというニュアンスが強い表現です。ネガティブな間違いではなく、賢い判断として使われます。解説やインタビューでよく出るので、覚えておくと便利です。
So I've got erred on the side of caution and left himself and Konate. So I've got erred on the side of caution and left himself and Konate. Qarabag are the most decorated club in Azerbaijan.
Decorated は本来飾られたという意味ですが、スポーツでは別の意味でよく使われます。The most decorated club というと、最もタイトルを得ているクラブという意味になります。つまり、トロフィーや栄誉で飾られているイメージです。選手に対して使うと、受賞歴が多い、実績がすごいというニュアンスになります。 ニュースや解説でよく出るので、直訳の装飾だけで覚えると混乱します。実績タイトル、栄誉という方向に置き換えるのがコツです。サッカーでは、歴史や優勝回数を語る場面で品質します。
Qarabag are the most decorated club in Azerbaijan. Qarabag are the most decorated club in Azerbaijan. That Frimpong won't be able to have that rest and recuperation that
Recuperation は、回復療養、疲労回復を表す少しフォーマルな英語です。サッカーなどスポーツでは、試合後に休んで体を戻すことを指す場面が多いです。特に、Rest and Recuperation は、セットでよく出てきます。意味としては、休養してコンディションを回復させる時間というイメージです。怪我の文脈なら、治療や療養をしながら回復する期間に近くなります。リカバリーと同じ方向ですが、文章や解説で使われやすい語彙です。選手を温存する理由として語られることが多いので覚えると便利です。
That Frimpong won't be able to have that rest and recuperation. That Frimpong won't be able to have that rest and recuperation.
We all know we're riddled with injuries.
Riddled with は難々だらけ、何かが多すぎるを表す便利な表現です。特にサッカーでは riddled with injuries で怪我人だらけが定番です。本来のイメージは穴が無数に開いていることで、そこから比喩的に使われます。ミスが多いなら riddled with errorsでミスだらけです。ネガティブなものに使われやすく、強めの言い方になります。試合分析やニュース記事で品質なので、まとめて覚えると強い表現です。
We all know we're riddled with injuries. We all know we're riddled with injuries. It's just because it's not his trade, that's not what he does.
One's trade は、その人の本職や専門を表す表現です。サッカー解説では、本職ではないポジションを語るときに使われます。例えば、セントバック isn't his trade は、CB は彼の本職ではないという意味です。trade は貿易の意味でも有名ですが、ここでは職業専門技能の意味になります。by trade をつけると、本職としてはという言い方になります。選手の適性や慣れの問題を説明するときに便利な表現です。直訳より、専門外、本職じゃないと置き換えると自然になります。
Just because it's not his trade, that's not what he does. Just because it's not his trade, that's not what he does.
いかがでしたか？前の試合で遠藤航が出場したのは7週間ぶりのことでしたが、ジョー・ゴメスの怪我により、このチャンピオンズリーグでの先発の機会が巡ってきました。もうほぼ序列が最下位とも思えるような状況で、全く出場の期待ができなかった状況であり、放出候補の最上位にいるようにも思える一方で、咳の話さえ聞こえないのは、オファーらしきものもあまりないのだろうとも感じていました。この試合では貴重な出場機会となりますし、またセンターバックかと心配はしてしまいますが、遠藤自身も、どんなポジションでも、センターバックでも、自分の価値を証明しようとする気持ちは強いと思いますので、良いパフォーマンスを見せてくれることは間違いないと思いますが、もう、リバプールでのキャリアも長くないと考えれば、スロットからの評価を気にしすぎるよりも、他のクラブへのアピールも含めて、多少の無茶やレンジをするくらい、目立ったプレーもしてほしいなと思っています。ジョー・ゴメスの状態次第では、週末のニューカッスル戦も出番がありそうですが、まずは、この貴重なこの試合を楽しみにしたいと思います。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。